Hello everybody. How are you going? I'm just getting everything set up. Okay. There it is. Alright. Checking the volume is down. And live chat. Alright, so now I can see who comes in and what we're talking about. Alright. So let's just have a look at your view. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the dried pieces up to now. But first, we're going to test out this gold leaf, and this is the leafing size. And while that takes 20 to 25 minutes to get tacky and then to put the leaf on. So we'll put this on, show you the dried pieces, and then we'll come back to apply it. Good morning, Doris. How you going? So I haven't actually ever used this before. So this is something new. This is the finest brush I could find to apply it. And then this is the biggest brush I could find to brush it away. So let's get this going so that it's got its time to set up and get tacky. Oh, it's got a silver seal, so I'll get that removed. Let's use the scissors. There we go. Alrighty. So I'm just going to pop some into here so that I'm not actually dipping back into the bottle, and put that aside. So I'm just going to try and do a bit of a starburst. I think I'll try and flatten it out and then bring it in to the center. Maybe. Sounds good. And then we'll see what happens. So this looks white. It does dry clear. So we're going to start over here. Let's see. So if we start wide, pick it up towards the center. No two pieces will be the same. So it'll depend on the amount of size on the brush and how it drags and comes into the center. So while I'm here, let me just say thanks so much for coming in and watching. And may you be inspired, learn something new, or simply relax while watching. There we go. All right. And all right. It's very hard to see. I'll move on to this one. Push down, lift up, push down, lift up. There we go. Something I thought, it's been sitting there for so long, I really should try it. And also recently inspired with using gold leaf from Artist Till Death. Hey Mom. Right, where are we? Move over a little, that's 2 down, 3 to go. And then we'll get onto some dried pieces, show you how they went. And up. Dip again. And, oops, I dripped. There we go. Some more. In and up. Up. Okay. So this one. Okay. So have you got big plans for today? I need to plan a day to sort out some rooms, move some stuff around, tidy up. So that'll be coming up for me shortly. Alright, so that didn't seem to take much at all. So I'm going to pour what's left in here back into the bottle. Sleep. Not really, except alcohol ink bubbles. Woohoo! I haven't watched your video yet. I'm going to, because I'm intrigued. Okay. Alrighty, so while that does that, let's have a look at what's happened with my previous paintings or alcohol inks to see how they dried. So actually just washing off the brush while it's still fresh and wet in some water. Pop that aside. Okay, let's do it. So, oh, now I'm all out of order. Okay. So I think there's been about 8 pieces since the last dried pieces reveal. So we'll just pull those up. And we have what video? I didn't do one. Well, then it mustn't have been you. Okay. Alright, good. Right. So the first one in since the last video is this one. So doing those Posca marker embellishments. So that looks exactly as it is on the night. I haven't put the final coat on it yet. So actually what I did do was added some extra lines into the trunk. So that is that one. And just finding safe places to put all these. So puddle pour. This one, as much as I love the colours, I loved the technique, I still do. I just had a massive issue with it. Look at those cracks. I remember thinking that it looked funny around the white areas, but as it's dried, it's done what it's done here. And this was a fresh new canvas too, so I'm actually thinking that maybe it was the white either not shook up properly or some kind of mixture mishap, something. But it's all cracked and crazed up. And some of them are quite deep and wide. So, yeah. It's a shame. So I don't know what to do with that one. I'm hesitant to do an acrylic pour over it because of all that texture underneath. So after that we did some resin on canister lids. So I'll just reach over, sorry about that, and grab those. So they came out great. Chasing reflections. We got beautiful shimmer. It's so hard to get these to focus with resin. So they ended up with some absolutely amazing cells. That's one. There we go. So we did have a couple of little leaks at the sides, so I will sand that back. And there as well. So I'll just sand those back and till it's nice and wooden edge. So here's a close-up of this one. There we go. Alright. So then we decided to try the alcohol ink balloons. So this one, you saw how this dried on the night, because that's the beauty of alcohol inks. But what I have done here is I have given it a spray with the UV Archival Matte from Krylon, ready to do some doodling. But I'm not 100% sure what I want to do on it yet. So that's why I'm struggling with what to do next. Bit of a close-up with those ones. There we go. Okay. So now we have a dip. Yeah, I know that was, the cracks was such a shame. So, oops. Alright, so here are the hearts that I dipped. You're upside down, I should turn it. So they dried beautifully. You can see in there like the canvas texture quite evenly under the dried paint. You can see some great reactions and effects from that technique. So that was the large heart. And this was the smaller one. So it again dried beautifully. Look at that. There's flecks of gold in there. And at the bottom, nice vibrant top section. So yeah, I really like how those ones turned out. So, those are gorgeous. Cut out the good areas. You had a leak on a wooden cutting board and used some mineral oil rubbed over the area, and I sanded kind of soft. Alright, okay, cool. Love that heart. Thanks. Okay, so next one is another one of those Montmartre tests with the PVA clear glue, this one. So that was the green flip cup with silicone. So that looks gorgeous. So I did mention I was really concerned about all the bubbles in there, but I didn't want to torch again. And let me try and get real close. Try and use the light. Okay, probably there. You can see all those light little speckles in there. that's where some of the bubbles, very fine bubbles, that weren't removed while it was wet, as it dried, they pop as the paint flattens out. And I don't know if you can see in here, there's also 2 holes. So coming around here as well. Might be able to see those little holes in the green. And all the little speckles. So other than that, like, it dried beautifully. It did run this way a little. So apparently my surface wasn't as flat as I thought it was. It did run that way a little, but not too much. So I still think it's a really nice, vibrant piece. Oh, wow. Yeah, the cells are great in this one. This is almost going back to what I used to get when I used to do a pouring medium mixture of PVA, Floetrol, Liquitex pouring medium, and Liquitex high gloss varnish. So in the beginning, not the beginning, very beginning, but I was using a mixture that had like 5 different ingredients. So yeah. Alright, so another one, there's 2 more. So this one we have is the Quick Swell from Friday night. And I did this over the top of a previous pour that had been scraped off. So the thing is though, check it out. So the red and the black dried with its little hints of gold in there. If we can catch the light. But again, unless there's a temperature change happening with the change of seasons, or maybe it was just because there was a pour underneath it. You can see that, that's very textured in there. Try and use that light. And all these cracks, so yeah, a little bit curious to work out what's going on with all of that. Was it just the used canvas? Do all my paints need refreshing? Which today I mixed up a whole bunch of brand new paints. So I guess it's all just, let's see what happens. So disappointed in that one, but we shall see what happens from now on out. And the next one is, would varnishing fill in the tiny holes? Yeah, of course. I think you'd still see them though, if you looked close enough. Yeah, but it's still a beautiful piece. So the alcohol inks, trialing the blends on them. Something missing. Is that better? Sorry, that was probably really bad. So these ones I'm going to do some embellishing, but you saw how these ones ended on the night. I do love some of these colour combinations. This one in particular. So those ones, and the other ones that I did at the same time where I didn't use the balloon. Like, they're gorgeous. Nice and vibrant. Alright, yeah. The red and black is very pretty. All of the tiles turned out pretty. Thanks. So that's where we're up to. I did try another thing with alcohol ink today in the balloon, which I'm really stoked about. So I'll share that in another video. So now let's have a look at applying this. And so this is Sue. Hi, how you going? So what I've done here, Sue, is I've applied some leafing size. Somewhere in there. To areas of these balloon smashes, dips. And so I showed the dried pieces of recent videos while this, oh yeah, it gets tacky, wow. Can you hear that? So, right, so now let's see what new adventure this brings. So this is the very delicate type of gold leaf. So I don't think I'm going to be quite so delicate with it. What I might just do is place it down. See, it's ripping in my fingers. Place it down over the entire flower. Might just use the brush to tap it in that area. Make sure it's got contact with that sizing. I'll put some over this one. Wow. This is... Oh gee, I forgot about that. I just breathed out and it all like flew up. So hold your breath. Oh. Wow, that one in particular was very just in case there's some there. Wow, that was one sheet. So, those are gorgeous. Thank you, Sue. So I'm a little bit excited to see how this goes, being the first time. But it's always good to try new things and see what you can come up with for your paintings. Put that one there. Just kind of pat it down. Okay. So again, I'll try and remove some of this to put into place over here. I think that'll be enough to cover that flower. And then we can see the effect it creates. Delicately. Oops, delicately, and then I dropped it. Oh, sticky bicky. Wow, this stuff, it is amazing. Have you used this before, Doris? Or Sue? But you could try it. It's very, very fiddly, Mum. But I do believe it's going to leave a great effect. And I can't wait to see it. Okay. I just pop these sheets away. Ooh, you see all that delicate stuff. Okay. Now I do have my inspiration for this was Erica from Artist Till Death, a clean jar. You brought some and it had already fallen apart. My gosh. Did they take it back, Sue? You have, but only on edges, so I'm learning. Oh, from me. Well, fingers crossed, Doris. Alright. So now to just gently brush it away. Grab these big pieces. Pop them in the jar. Oh boy. Sit there. And that way I can keep them in the jar and use them on other projects or art pieces, depending on what I'm doing. I'll try and scoop up as big an amount as possible. So I could use this on pretty much any media, I think. So as long as you're using the leafing size and sealing it in afterwards, you could use this over the top of the alcohol ink, the resin. This is an acrylic pour, so how are we going over there? You just kept trying to use it, not very well though. Well, you should give it a go. That's what counts. I do have a silver one too. So Mum, you'll be pleased to know that I have something in silver. Yeah, but my whole plan for this was gold, so it didn't turn out for tonight. How is that looking? Oh, on video. So I think there were some thicker areas of the sides here and in here that weren't quite fully dry, tacky. So this is something that I can come back afterwards and do some extra brushing. To get that off, and maybe even find a finer paintbrush or an alternative to that to do the lines with. It did work out great, thanks Sue. Just brushing over it from all different angles. Oh, I know. I should have started here, 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 and done these last. Here we go. Because I'll explain why I said that. Because these were the ones that I added the size to first. So that was completely forgetful of me, that I should have come to this side and worked my way across. So there's an idea, a lesson learned. Remember to start brushing away your leafing from the area that you applied the leafing size to first. Oh, that's a nice one. So it's too much to do for a video, but I think what I'll do is come in and add some other little finer lines in here when I grab that finer paintbrush and add some more. So we'll come do this one and then revisit over here to try and get the larger sections up first. Oh, it's so light and delicate. Okay. Now just brushing over from the different angles. I don't really know how hard I can brush it. Never thought of the jar to put the bits in. Great idea. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was inspired from Erica. I saw her doing it. And I thought, oh, what a great idea, because then we can constantly reuse them. And they won't get squashed in there either. Like, if I grabbed, you know, like one of those little snack size or sandwich size snap lock bags. I probably would have thought of that, but there's always the potential that something could end up on top of it and squash the leafing. And so, yeah, I think the glass jar is a great idea. Okay. Well, I'm really stoked with this, and I will come back in and add some extra ones off camera, because that will take a whole nother process to do that as well. Just trying to scrape up some of these finer gold leaf. Alright. We've got all of that left for another project, so just going to give this a blow off, and then we'll have a look at what's happening. Are you ready to come down and have a closer look? Dun, dun, dun. For my first time, I think you did a great job. Thank you. I think so too. I'm very happy with how it worked out. Learned something, experienced something, so it's all a win-win. Agreed. Thanks, Sue. All right. I think this one's my favourite. And so what I did with the sizing is I tried to push down the brush, and then as I got to the center, lift it up, which is an example here of how I got the more petally like wider out here and then coming in thinner. So you learned so much from me. Thank you. I'm so pleased you think so. Okay, so we'll have a look at the others. Definitely my favourite. And I'll come back in and add extra little lines and whatnot from there. And I'll be out, because now that I actually have the gold leaf down, I can see areas that were missed, because that size is, well, it's whitish. When I'm working on a white surface, I couldn't really see. So onto this one. These are the ones that I should have come to last. This is where the lesson was learned. And then over to here. So I think I'm definitely going to play with this a bit more. I might just record it and put it up as a music video, perhaps. And we'll see. I might just extend them out a little bit further into the swipe as well. Who knows? It's just all too exciting. I can't contain myself. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Like, comment and share. It all really does help. And it's fantastic. Thank you so much. And so signing off now. I want you all to take very good care of yourselves. And I will see you in another video. So add silver instead of gold. Yeah, it might end up two-tone. That's what they say for jewellery. Silver and gold. So there we go. Thank you so much. Be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye.